They said she would never wake up. Her brain scans told a story of silence, not recovery. Machines breathed for her. Monitors told her story in beeps. The world had stopped for the woman who once built empires with the stroke of a pen, now reduced to a still figure lying beneath white hospital sheets. But something happened in that silence. Something the world can't measure, can't explain, and often doesn't believe in. It started with a young doctor, fresh out of residency, burdened by debt, doubt, and a desperate need to prove himself. He wasn't assigned to her case. In fact, he was barely acknowledged in that busy hospital wing filled with specialists, neurologists, and the elite. But one day, during a routine check, he noticed a small detail, a bandage that hadn't been changed. Nothing critical, nothing major. But something told him to stop. To act. So he did. He changed that bandage with care, with presence, and with a silent whisper of hope, what if? And that's when it happened. She moved. The millionaire in the coma, silent for months, fluttered her fingers as he wrapped the bandage. The entire room paused. Nurses rushed in. The chief physician stared in disbelief. But it was true. This wasn't just a physical response, it was awareness. Life. A turning point. And that, my friends, is how a moment changes everything. But this isn't just a story about a miracle. It's a story about purpose, about compassion, and about believing when there's no logical reason to. This young doctor had no fame. No glory. No titles behind his name. But he had something far more powerful, presence of heart. And that heart changed the course of another human's life. You see, life is not just a grand staircase of achievements, it's a series of tiny, often unseen steps. Moments where we choose to care. Moments where we act when no one is watching. Moments where we dare to believe in something greater than statistics, greater than status, greater than ourselves. Let's rewind the story a bit. The woman in the coma, she was no ordinary figure. A self-made millionaire, raised in poverty, she clawed her way to the top of the corporate world. She built companies that empowered women, supported education, and poured resources into communities the world forgot. But one tragic car crash on a rainy night silenced that fire. For months, she lay unconscious. Her family debated letting her go. Her board replaced her. The media moved on. But the young doctor hadn't. And here's the truth, he didn't know who she was. To him, she was simply a patient. A human being. Worthy of attention. Worthy of dignity. That's the kind of character the world needs, not people driven by credit, but by calling. When she woke up fully weeks later, her first words were weak but clear, "Who stayed with me?" They told her. She asked to meet the doctor. In that quiet room, with tears in her eyes, she said something he would never forget, "You believed when no one else did." That's the kind of faith